Alright, so it's been pretty much 1 year since Google first launched the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro, and in that amount of time I've gotten to really know the device, the ins and outs, and from a user experience, I just want to share with you guys what I've learned about the Pixel 6 in the first year of its existence and whether or not it's a smartphone still worth getting in this day and age. Let's get started. Now, the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro are upon us, but naturally some folks might want to save a bit of cash and of course go for a more affordable smartphone solution if they're really after a Pixel device. Now, we did cover the Pixel 6a here on the channel, and if you're interested in that phone, we got a ton of videos for you to check out. But as for the Pixel 6, we're just going to talk about it today, and I'd just like to share some points as to why I think it's still worth getting if you're after a Pixel flagship that's not too expensive. Now, we do have a ton of other Pixel videos here on the channel, so feel free to check them out. And with that out of the way, let's get to the video. Now, one of the biggest factors that I can see why someone might want to go for the Pixel 6 is the software refinements that the phone has received throughout the year. So it's no secret that the Pixel 6 did get a fair share of bugs and software issues, and over time we've seen Google launch a lot of updates and of course the Android 13 OS upgrade, which did address a lot of those issues. So stuff like the fingerprint scanner performance, the Wi-Fi connectivity issues, and some of the tiny bits and pieces of bugs that we usually encounter have been fixed by these updates. Now, I'm not saying that it's a perfect device now. Of course, there are still some minor, tiny bugs that I still encounter, although they do seem to happen very seldomly, and I've been able to use the phone frequently since then. But yeah, with all the monthly software updates, the security patches, and eventually Android 13, I think that the Pixel 6 right now is the best that it's ever been in terms of software stability. And for Pixel enthusiasts who might have been disappointed last year and would like to give this device another try, then this is something to take note of. Of course, with these updates, we do get some improved performance. Now, I think that the performance of my Pixel 6 has been consistent so far. I've still been able to run pretty heavy games on it. It's still as fluid as when I first got it. And yeah, for daily tasks, it's a very reliable smartphone. As I said, we've seen a lot of bug fixes, and I do enjoy the performance of this phone. I do enjoy using it, and it's definitely become one of my most favorite Pixel phones that I've used throughout my time with Android. Now, of course, this wouldn't be a complete Pixel 6 video if we didn't talk about the camera. Now, the camera has been really consistent. It's been great since day one, and it's still great today. And I've used it to take a ton of photos throughout the year, and I'm still amazed at what Google can pull off with its camera software optimization, its computational photography, and of course the updates that we've gotten to the camera software. And like I mentioned about the Pixel 6a, if you want a smartphone that can serve as a great point-and-shoot camera for daily situations and with great quality, then the Pixel 6 plays the part wonderfully. And even in video quality, I think that the Pixel 6, while not on the same perfect level as the quality of videos that we've seen on iPhones or Samsung phones, I do think that the video quality on the Pixel 6 is still commendable. As with photos, I've taken a ton of videos on the smartphone, and I've just been impressed with what Google was able to achieve from their early days with the first generation Pixel phones up until now. And that's saying that even with the camera upgrades that we're bound to get with the Pixel 7, I can still say that the Pixel 6 remains a great camera phone. Now, one thing that really surprised me about this phone is the build quality of the hardware. Now, I'm not saying that this is a rugged phone that you can toss around your backpack or drop on the floor and nothing will happen. Of course, it is made out of glass and metal. It's possible that the metal will dent, and it's highly possible that the glass will crack. Of course, we've seen reports of people having cracks on their Pixel 6 phones, but in my case, I found that with my general use, the phone has remained pretty durable. Now, I do use a screen protector and a case, especially in the first few months that I've owned the phone. But in these past number of weeks, I've tried using the phone outdoors without a case. So I've been bringing it around with me caseless on the subway or during commutes or in my daily activities. And surprisingly, the Gorilla Glass back has held up pretty well. even the glass on the camera. There are some small micro scratches, but nothing too drastic. And yeah, I am impressed with the build quality on this phone. Now, in general, I am pretty careful with my devices, and of course, I like to think that I've taken great care of this smartphone in particular. It's a solid smartphone design, it's really premium, and 1 year later, even with the updated design of the Pixel 7 and the 7 Pro, it doesn't look that old or outdated. But yeah, overall, when it comes to performance, software improvements, camera quality, and design, the Pixel 6 still manages to hold its own even a year later. Now, of course, these are all my personal thoughts. I'm not saying that this will be the same for everybody. So if you do have your own opinions and thoughts of the Pixel 6, let me know in the comments down below. Do you own this phone and what was your experience with it? Are you planning to get the Pixel 7 or maybe the Pixel 6 will be your first Pixel phone? As I mentioned, we do have a ton more Pixel videos on the channel, so feel free to check those out. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.